What's up, NASCAR Heat 2 fans? David Land here, and welcome to the start of our second season of NASCAR Heat 2 Career Mode. We are about to sign in the NASCAR Xfinity Series to continue our run up the NASCAR ladder into the Monster Energy Cup Series for Season 3. We're going to start this season off with a 50% race at Daytona. I'm sure that will go over quite well in the comments, but the first thing we need to do is sign a contract with the team that we will be with at Daytona. So let's take a look at the contracts here for both the Xfinity and Camping World Truck Series. Obviously, we're going to sign in the Xfinity Series because we want to continue our career moving up the ladder rather than be Johnny Sauter. Here we go. So we have the Motorsports Business Management Team, and we can also drive. We can drive both the cars in that team, either the 40 or the 13. We can also do a custom, but obviously we're not going to do that because I did the custom last time. We're going to actually race for a real team this time. We could drive for Morgan Shepherd. We could also drive the 97 car for Okuba Racing. We could also drive the 14 for TriStar Motorsports. That's that one. We could drive for Jeremy Clements Racing, knocking Jeremy Clements out of his own car. And we could also drive any one of the 4 junior motorsports cars or the number 11 Calling Racing leaf filter car. But where are we going to go? What team are we going to race for? Well, I've decided, since we're running the Xfinity Series, even though we're one of the most successful drivers ever, we are going to do what Kyle Busch does not do, and we are going to take our dominance in driving and go to the worst possible team to race. And that's what we're going to do. We are going to race for Motorsports Business Management in the STP colors, but not sponsorship, of the number 40. That is our Xfinity ride for this season. Let's see if we can take Motorsports Business Management to an Xfinity championship. And it all begins at Daytona. But first, we have a message from Guidance Counselor Brad. I wonder what counsel and guidance he's going to give us.
You're an Xfinity Series driver now. That's a huge step. So hold on tight. These cars can be a handful. You're going to need some good luck.
I don't know what Guidance Counselor Brad is on about. I've won exactly 7 out of the 8 starts I've made in the Xfinity Series so far. But maybe he's just giving me some fair warning that it's not going to be quite as easy as it was in my debut season. So, Daytona. Let's get this car in the field, even though I suspect the qualifying is not going to be too good. So, heading off into the tri-oval in our qualifying attempt. It's going to be pretty bad, I can guarantee you. Yep, there you go. 40th for car 40. 2 seconds off the pace. Yeah, actually 2 seconds off the final place car. We were like 4 seconds off the pole. Oh well, we'll start from the back as usual. Lots of bushwhackers in this race, so that's going to make it very exciting, even though Matt Tifft and Brendan Gaughan are starting on the front row. So here we come, down for the green flag at Daytona to start our Xfinity Series career. We are underway and racing. Ty Majeski down to the inside. Dylan Lupton just ahead. Lupton moves down to try to get into line there. At the moment, we're kind of trapped in the back here. We're going to try to move in behind Majeski here as we work our way around turns 2 and 3 for the first time. They're already 3 wide out in front. We're losing the draft a little bit. We're going to have to hope they slow down a little bit, which they do. Here on the back straightaways, they all kind of fan out. Probably should be on the bottom there, but we're going to try to take a little bit of a risk here on the opening lap, see what we can get done here as we work in behind, I believe, David Starr, maybe? Hard to tell. There's so many cars so tightly packed, it's hard to kind of trust that, the running order to tell you exactly where you're running in the field and who you're running by. We're still kind of hanging off the back of the pack here, but obviously the stages are quite long as this is a long race. 13 laps to go in the first stage, so we don't have to worry too much about getting up to the front in this one. But obviously getting some stage points right off the bat, thinking championship already would be a good idea. So we've got 13 laps to try to move up the field. And we're starting to lose the draft a little bit, so we need to really get on it here. We're going to continue to draft Majeski here, working into turn 3. Strict cautions are on, so if something happens, that'll probably bring out the yellow. Just an FYI, not planning on intentionally wrecking. It's not the chase anyway, so we won't have to worry about that, as we are starting to worry about falling back through the field, though, or falling off the back of the pack. So we really need to get this draft going here. We're over 190, working our way into turns 1 and 2. Again, just drafting behind Majeski. We're way faster than we were in qualifying, obviously. We were at like 176 coming through the corners, and now we're well over 190 miles an hour working down the back straightaway. Okay, we finally caught back up to the pack. Now I'd like to get a couple cars in between me and the back of the pack. I don't want to be the last guy in line, as Dylan Lupton's trying to come down on me. No, thank you, please. I'll take that position as we work down underneath Ty Majeski. Try to get that position away from him. Not quite going to happen, but Dylan Lupton's going to fall back to the back of the pack. And Majeski moves up the track as we kind of force our way underneath him and Stephen Light, in behind our teammate Carl Long. And now we're starting to move up through the pack as the pack's kind of thinning out a little bit. We kind of caught the apron there as I tried to lift off behind our teammate. We'll try to give Carl Long a bit of a shot here, even though it might make him mad at us. The game doesn't like bump drafting, or the AI drivers don't. But at the moment, it looks like we're just running right behind Carl Long as we shoot off into turn number 3. We're starting to get some good momentum here in the pack as we work underneath our teammate. Had to get him out of the way, kind of root him out there because he was going a little bit slow, but he's going to get back around me because he got the draft off of whoever that is up in front. We're still not completely up to speed on who I'm racing here. It's the Whataburger car, number 99. Don't know who on earth that is, though. As we work in behind Carl Long and touch the apron. Got to be really careful about that. Don't want to be doing that too much. And we definitely lost some positioning there. Daniel Hemrick on the outside. What's he doing back here? I haven't the slightest clue, considering he's a chase driver in real life. But he's not having a good race so far here in the NASCAR Heat 2 career mode as we continue to hang behind Ray Black Jr. And that's actually Coleslaw Custard as well. Hey, that battle is raging all the way from Phoenix into Daytona. Phoenix in real life to Daytona in NASCAR Heat 2. What a shocker that is. But around the outside is Hemrick in the Smoky Mountain Herbal Snuff car. I'm surprised that's in the game. I'm actually shocked it is. I don't know when they added it, but it's here. And there you go. As we work underneath Coleslaw Custard, trying to anyway. Still working with our teammate Carl Long. We're going to give him a shot down the back straightaway, get him around Coleslaw here at least. And that's going to actually maybe a little too effective. And it's possible that Carl Long is going to forsake me here. Oh, no, he didn't for Coleslaw. I thought he was going to go in front of Coleslaw, and that would have been an epic anime betrayal if I've ever seen one. But we're going to work underneath Coleslaw Custard and now work our way down the back straightaway. What the heck am I talking about? Into the tri-oval as we gave Long another shot there. Just trying to get him moved up the field here. We're trying to work underneath Morgan Shepherd, and we still can't get underneath that number 99 car just ahead of us. And I guess Carl Long is technically my boss, isn't he? Well, we got to be really careful working with him. If we get him mad at me, I think we're in real bad shape. Regardless, there goes the 99 to the outside. I think Carl's going to sneak into the inside there, and the Motorsports Business Management team is managing business very well at the moment. We're moving up through this field as cars start to fall off the back. We're maintaining the pack as it's David Starr who is the car that we are passing, and Long decides to dump me there for just a second as he'll work to the outside. We'll get in behind one of the Fleck Field cars, and it's Garrett Smithley. I think I can get to the inside. Nope, didn't have enough draft, so we'll continue to just sit back here and play the waiting game as we slowly and methodically work our way up through this pack. And underneath the Fleck Field car, not happening yet. In fact, Carl Long is going to try to take that lane away from me. Ooh, that was close. That was not fun, and Long is going to sneak in there as Coleslaw Custard is in behind me. So now we've got to kind of get it back, get that momentum going again, and here we go. Up to 189 miles an hour, 190. Long blocks down to the inside. So he's going to hang on there as we got 6 laps to go, and we haven't even cracked the top 30 yet. Carl Long moves down and now moves up. We kind of got into him a little bit. And now Long is stuck on the outside. We're going to get the Flex Seal draft of the day. Surprised that's not a sponsorship opportunity that NBC has taken yet, but regardless, we're going to move underneath Ben Kennedy, who's not having a good day either. And we actually stuck our stuck our nose underneath Smithley, and we'll get around him. So into the top 30 we go. In behind J.J. Yaley, who did not like us very much in the Truck Series. And actually, we're going to move to the outside. That's probably a mistake. In behind Keselowski, guidance counselor Brad. I forgot he was in this. He's bushwhacking. Good for guidance counselor Brad, I suppose. Are we going to make it 3 wide? No, let's not. Let's not make our own mentor angry at us. That would be a mistake, I suspect. As we get behind J.J. Yaley. And again, continue to work through the field. This bottom lane is, as usual, it seems in these plate races, the one to be on.
Still there.
We are probably going to run out of laps in this stage to get stage points unless I can really make a charge here late in the running as guidance counselor Brad goes to the outside and he falls back. Oh, there we go. Nice run to the inside of Yaley. We're going to force it 3 wide with Allgaier. A little bit of contact. And that's going to give guidance counselor Brad a nice little run in behind Yaley. Now we need some help. We're not getting it from the cars in front. Yaley's continuing to keep it 3 wide, and he managed to get back into line. So that's unfortunate. As we're getting underneath the 11 car of Blake Cook. And again, just falling back just enough. And guidance counselor Brad, this is the first time we've really gone head-to-head in a race. I know I guess he was participating in the Xfinity Series when we raced, when we got all those wins, but we never really saw him on track, never really raced him. Now we are. And now Yaley again working his way through. Allgaier to the outside. That is not where we want to be right now. That is bad placement. Going 3 wide through the tri-oval is not that great. 3 laps to go in the stage. We're going to force Allgaier up to the top. A little too much. Didn't mean to give him that much heck. Try to get around Yaley. It's not happening yet. What are we looking at on fuel? 11 laps to go. So we'll probably have to pit at the end of this stage to make it to the end of the next one. So here we go, getting a nice, good run in behind Yaley. Not working yet. Now to the inside of Yaley we go. I probably could have pitted. I wish I'd thought of stage strategy before I'd done this, but screw it. We've made our choice now. As the leaders are crossing the start-finish line, we would have gotten a penalty. So we got 2 laps to go here in behind Ryan Sieg. How far can we get up before the end of the stage? As there's a little bit of blocking going on. Sieg working in behind one of the other numerous black cars where the primary color is black. A lot of underfunded teams in the Xfinity Series. As we're going to try to make something happen. Nothing's happening yet. Well, maybe Sieg, if he can force it 3 wide here with Brennan Poole, but it's not going to happen yet. We give Sieg a little bit of a shot there, try to force something into happening. There we go, a little bit of a bump. Can we get Sieg 3 wide? He's not going to do it yet. Brennan Poole starts to fall back through the field. And we got 1 lap to go in the stage. 1 lap to go in the stage, and we got 14 positions to get stage points. That's not happening. What can happen is very bad things, as we're going to force it 3 wide with Sieg and Poole, and Sieg decided discretion, better part of valor there. He backed out of it. Probably smart. There's Brennan Gaughan, the outside pole sitter. He's way back in the pack now, so clearly that outside lane is not the place to be, because he's all the way back in the mid-pack here. As we're going to try to get a run off at turn number 4 in behind Joey Gase. as we work down to the inside of Poole. And I think it's going to be just about 23rd where we end up shaking out by the end of this stage. There you go, 23rd. Not an amazing stage, but we definitely worked up almost halfway through the field. So theoretically, we could be 3rd by the end of the next stage. So we're going to make the pit stop. No tires, don't need tires. No repairs needed, just 2 cans of fuel. Car's handling well, so that's all good. Oh, we fall back to 40. That's interesting. Nobody decided to pit during this stage? Oh dear. Have I made a mistake? We're going to find out as we get back to racing. That's interesting. Well, I should have taken tires if I had paid a little bit more attention, realized nobody else was pitting. But regardless, we got 12 laps to go on the stage. I wouldn't have made it on fuel, so I don't know what's going on here. Why are they all deciding to... surely they're deciding to pit under the green. I mean, the AI have decided to pit under the green, which is interesting to me anyway. And there is trouble brewing here. It looks like there was a slowdown mid-pack in the top lane perhaps, but it seems like it's sorted itself out now. Must have just been some guys avoiding what may have felt like an accident about to brew. As David Starr is going to move down in front of me. My car, of course, now heavy on fuel, so that's not really going to help my speed all that much. We're going to have to really rely on the draft here to get up through the pack. So I would assume by the middle part of this stage, we're going to get pit stops, green flag of the green flag variety from the leaders. So we probably need to get in the top lane at some point very soon. Well, maybe not very soon, but near the end of the stage, because I would have had like 9 laps remaining on fuel. There's 11 laps remaining in this stage. So assuming they aren't getting a much better fuel mileage than I was, 2 or 3 laps to go in the stage, we're going to see mass pitting. So it's in our best interest to not crash off of Morgan Shepherd, first of all, but more to the point, it's more in our best interest to stay in the outside lane, especially coming out of turn 4 when the pit stops begin, because there can be some silliness happening with that. But at the moment, we need to clear at least one of these cars so we can really kind of get that momentum built up into the pack, kind of launch our way into contention. As we're working 10 laps to go on the stage, and this is kind of the mirror image of the last stage where we kind of fell behind, kind of had to gain some momentum by drafting, and then kind of launch our way past a couple cars to kind of get that momentum as we're going to try to work to the inside of Dylan Lupton. He's going to go to the outside. We're going to try to force our way in there. Going to have to get around him, though. 191. Good speed on entry. I think we'll be around because J.J. Yaley is forced 3 wide with guidance counselor Brad and David Starr. So, rip J.J. Yaley. That's going to allow Dylan Lupton to go in behind me. And that's a little bit better. Also around Ray Black Jr. And now can we work to the inside of Morgan Shepherd? Well, Shepherd dives to the outside. Not really sure why he decided to do that either. I guess he thinks Keselowski's a good choice to draft with, as we're kind of getting the snake going here. Not many cars choosing the outside lane now, and those who have are falling significantly behind. As David Starr works up to help Brad Keselowski, that was a mistake. And now we're going to try to get to the inside of Stephen Light, who decides to dive to the outside. And in behind Ty Majeski we go, and Majeski's going to give us a nice little draft here. Can we get underneath the flex shot car? Yes, we can. So a couple positions gained right there. And we are running one heck of a fast lap, and now we're going to get held up by Majeski. Unless Majeski, well, he goes to the outside as well. Somehow we're... Oh, and no, he sneaks back in the line there. Going to give him another shot as we got 8 laps remaining in the stage. I almost said the race. No, the race for the stage win. And now suddenly it seems like the AI are really starting to race hard, because we got 3 wide action up in the front of the pack. And everybody else is kind of racing fairly crazy here, so I guess everybody wants to win the second stage for whatever reason. But again, fuel mileage-wise, I don't think these guys can make it, but we got a yellow, and that is going to put us in the front of the pack, which is good, but it allows everybody else to get the pit stops in under the yellow. So we'll not pit. We'll be the leader. Ty Dillon next to us, Michael Annett behind, Jeremy Clements, William Byron is the top 5. So here we go. I don't know how many laps to go in this stage as we get the race back underway here at Daytona, and I wonder if I got too good of a restart. That worries me. The fact that everybody's kind of holding back. Which lane is going to be the one that moves? You're going to have to block that one, I can tell you that. Here comes Michael Annett. It's Annett the Threat. Bet you missed me calling that name out. And from the NASCAR 15 Let's Plays, we're going to move up and block Ty Dillon as well. So we got 2 lanes blocked here. We're being the Pied Piper Daytona. And now things get quite serious as I'm doing more driving in the mirror than I am on the in front of me. Oh, we couldn't block both lanes in the corners. That is Ty Dillon going around for the lead. So we led for a brief, fleeting moment, and now we start to fall back significantly as Michael Annett's going to make it 3 wide around the outside. Well, we're getting swamped at the moment. We're going to need to refocus here. Joey Logano, Daniel Suarez, William Byron, a lot of who's who of drivers right now working around us, or trying to, as we got a really good draft though on Michael Annett the Threat. So the junior motorsports cars all out in front of us. Can we get a good shot around Annett? Gonna work in behind him. William Byron behind now. Seems like I managed to spring this pack forward because of that gigantic run I got. I was so slow under acceleration that they all passed me. Jeremy Clements, I believe, leads the race, and now Ty Dillon's going to get hung out to dry by this line because there's nowhere for him to go except for backwards. Even though Michael Annett's trying to pull out, I'm not really sure why, as we've got 3 laps to go in the stage. Well, let's see if we can go for a stage win here and get some points maybe as we work in behind Michael Annett the Threat. Getting a nice draft behind him. Clements to the outside. Here we go. So we got to run. I'm going to give Annett the shot here if I can get to his bumper. And I have. I've gotten to his bumper. We're making contact. But we can't get him around Brendan Jones just yet. Well, we'll move Annett to the outside, so Annett's going to try that outside lane. Now Brandon Jones is in the position that I was in just a few laps ago. Going to have to block 2 lanes of traffic. As Annett tried to work to the outside, he's still trying. He had to move way out there. 2 laps to go on the stage. So we're in a good position right now. I don't want to have to take the lead right away because we're going to lose it off of turn 4, I would suspect. But hanging right here behind Jones. We just got to get a run on him, and hitting the apron is not a good thing, David. Lost a little bit of momentum there. Clements is trying to force his way in, and he does. So we're going to have to refocus here, repass some of these guys. Well, I liked being just directly behind Jones. That was where I needed to be as the car almost spazzed out there. Not sure what's going on. And in behind Clements we go. Annett forced to the outside. He's kind of trapped out there now. We have to pass Clements. He's the guy we need to get here. As we've got Casey Kane all over the back of us. 1 to go in the stage. So I don't know if we're close enough. It's going to be we're going to have to get this run here. We're going to have to try to force the car underneath the net. Not happening. I went a little too low there. Clipped the apron again. And that was not a good thing. But we've got a run. We have a run. The car has some momentum. And behind Jeremy Clements, Jones to the outside. Not sure if that was a very smart decision. He's falling back through the field. So it's going to be us and Clements racing for the stage win. There goes Jones to the outside, so in behind Clements. How can we get around him? Let's give it a shot here if we can. I don't think we've got enough momentum. Clements really, really has a hot rod here as we come to the end of the second stage. Clements will win. We'll get second. We'll get some points. That's fine. That's fine with me. So we started first in the stage and finished second. Nobody is pitting. We've got 12 laps remaining of fuel. I'm going to pull the car into the pits against my better judgment. We're going to, and since nobody else is pitting, we're going to do 4. We're going to do 4 tires, 2 cans of fuel, and we're just going to kind of hope this works out, because I think everybody's going to need at least 1 more pit stop to make it to the end, possibly 2, depending on how the yellows fall. So it's up to us to not bring out those yellows, because that will end up screwing us. So let's see how much fuel. We got 22 laps of fuel. The laps remaining in the race are 28. So we are going to have to make a splash, regardless of what happens here coming to the end of the race. But if it goes green to the end, or at least if the yellow comes out, it comes out once most of the field has made a green flag pit stop, we'll be good. As everybody really gets a good run there. I was trapped on the outside, and that was not a good thing. As we work our way down the back straightaway here. Which way is Majeski going to go? He's going to go to the inside, so we're going to work in behind Majeski here, try to get that run, because there's some cars hung out on the outside lane. If we're patient here, we can start making up some positions. Get in behind Majeski, just give him a little bit of bumping.
Car there.
Dylan Lupton again. So we've gone from the front to the back to the front to the back quite a bit during this race. But I guess that's plate racing for you, especially in the stage racing era of NASCAR.
Hold your line.
We kind of worked that strategy. Then behind Majeski.
Still there.
Morgan Shepherd slow off of turn number 2. We're going to get a run behind him. I'm going to try to use this momentum to slingshot around Majeski as well going into turn 3. I don't think we have a good enough speed going into turn 3, and we didn't. Oh, that's Joey Gase touching the outside wall there. That's 3 wide action. I almost made it 4. Got into Morgan Shepherd. That's not a good thing.
Still there.
That's the second time Shepherd and I have made contact here in the back of the field. And again, in behind Shepherd, 26 laps to go. 190 miles an hour on entry. We're going to sneak to the inside of Shepherd. He's really trying to force me down low. Didn't happen. We'll clear Shepherd and have nowhere to go because Majeski's still kind of slow on the inside. Majeski blocks all the way down to the yellow line, so screw that. I'm not going to be able to go down there. Even though I technically could, we're going to try to play by the rules established by NASCAR rather than the rules established by the game, which are 2001 rules, in which case you could just run wherever the heck you want. Which I think is better, by the way. The yellow line rule really should only apply in the corners. You should be able to go wherever you want on the straightaway, but that's just my opinion. I thought the racing was better when there wasn't a line that just caused enormous crashes on the straightaways. But anyway, here we go. Back 25 laps to go. Fuel mileage, 19 laps remaining on that one. So there we go. As we work underneath the Smithfield car. That is a Smithfield car, but regardless, there's contact with the apron again. And Blake Cook is actually going to make a move down to the inside. He cleared me, and that lost my momentum. Now Cook is probably going to sneak down, but we're just going to use that side draft off of Almirola to try to sneak in there, but it's not going to happen. Cook's going to take that position back, but now he works to the outside behind Bubba Wallace, and that was a mistake because bye-bye Blake Cook. You have fallen behind. Now, Kennedy. And, oh, that was Wallace coming down on me just a little bit there. Excuse me. Oh, God, I sneezed, and now I'm almost spun out the car. Oh, dear. I did not mean to do that. That was, oh, dear. I sneezed, I turned my head, and inadvertently I moved the controller stick. Oh, dear. Usually I cut sneezes out if I do sneeze during a race, but, we'll leave that in for context. I'm sorry if you don't want to hear me sneeze, but context is key when your car goes flying off the road for no apparent reason. So here we go, in behind Almirola. We've lost some positions due to sneezing. And that's never a good thing. That sounds like a we're gonna lose gag, but I can assure you it's what really happened. So here we go. 23 laps to go in the race. I'm almost going to say the stage, and while that's technically true, it's really the race at this point.
Hold your line.
It's the race for the race win. And then behind Ty Majeski, we're really giving him a nice shot there. A little too much of a shot, though. And we worked him up the track a little bit. So we're going to have to kind of cross our fingers here that nothing bad happens, and it doesn't yet. Ooh, a little bit too much side draft there. Cook was not happy about that, as I gave him some contact and he kind of came down at me. So that's not good. We don't want to be banging doors too much here. As we work down to the inside. Giving Majeski a nice little shot there, trying to get him under his teammate Wallace. Not going to happen. Keselowski still up here. Or still back here, I should say. That's unrealistic. That Penske 22 car is usually OP.
Right there.
So why it's back here, I will never understand it. Guidance Counselor Brad clearly just wants to race his protege in the back as we work underneath our boss as well. Our boss and our guidance counselor. Lots of authority figures around us as we went 3 wide with them. And here comes Joey Gase. Where did that come from? Where is that speed coming from?
Car outside.
Well, regardless, Joey Gase just passed us, so I don't know if I should be embarrassed by that, but Joey Logano is stuck up on the outside, so both the Penske cars in trouble.
Still there.
We work around turn 4, in behind Joey Gase, and Gase kind of slowed down in the middle of the corner, or in the middle of the straightaway, I should say. Not sure why. But we're struggling right now. These AI have really kicked it up a notch quite a bit. Carl Long will come down to help me out with the draft. Thank you, Carl. Appreciate that. I just realized that our teammate is in a different, completely different manufacturer than the one we have. I just realized that. So we are a very diverse team here at Motorsports Business Incorporated. We've got Chevys and Toyotas. So we're cheating on one car and not cheating on the other one. Thankfully, I chose the car that was not cheating. So when I win, it will be legitimate in the eyes of Chase Elliott Nation. What is going on with Carl Long? Get out of my way. If you're gonna be my boss, you gotta like clear the way for me, because you know I'm good. You know I'm good, Carl. That's why you hired me. You know, I just gave him another shot there, so we're just trying to piss the boss off at the moment. And there's trouble. Trouble mid-pack. Trouble mid-pack. We're gonna work to the outside.
Hold your line. Car low.
And we're too high. We lost way too much momentum there. Now we're trapped on the outside. Dang it. I chose poorly. I chose really poorly.
Car outside.
As somebody got in trouble. And we're going to have to avoiding action underneath Eric Jones. This is oh no Mikey territory, but we somehow managed to pull it off. Well, that was terrible. Rip Eric Jones, but that just screwed us royally, as we got some damage to the rear of the car as well as the side as we tried to work around the outside, and now we have no drafting partner with 19 laps to go. Well, I really wish they had brought out the yellow now, but we're just going to have to cross our fingers here in terms of the, in terms of our track position, first of all, and second of all, in terms of the fuel mileage. When's the rest of the field going to have to pit? Hopefully very soon, because otherwise I'm in big trouble, because they are just going to pull away because of their drafting advantage, even though we've got the Penske guys coming up behind me, Joey Logano and Brad Keselowski. Now, boys, you're going to have to help me. Guidance Counselor Brad to the rescue with Joey Logano. So here come the Penskes. They are helping me out. Well, thank you very much, Penskes. You are very nice. You are very nice people. Well, Logano's going to pull away for a little while, but he's going to get swallowed up here in just a little bit as Guidance Counselor Brad and I work together to get back up through the field. So the Penskes just became good guy Penskes because they just helped me out significantly. And it warms my heart that Guidance Counselor Brad would have my back like this. It warms my heart. Now we need to work in behind Joey here, Guidance Counselor Brad, because otherwise we're kind of screwed. So here we go. We're starting to move up through get that draft going here. It's amazing that the Penskes were the two cars that got screwed, and now it's looking like the Penskes are going to be the ones who bail us out of issues. Maybe. We're going pretty slow, just the one-car draft here. The tandem doesn't really work all that well. It'd almost be smart for me to just let Brad around, but I'd be worried I'd lose touch with Brad. We're going to have to give it a shot here, because otherwise we're kind of out to lunch. So where do I let him around that I don't lose too much momentum? I think on the exit of 2, we're going to let Brad around. And we're going to sneak in behind him as quickly as we can. There we go. Okay. And come on, Brad. Come on, Brad. Give me a shot here. Oh, no, he's gone. He is pulling away. Yeah, that was a mistake. Oh well, it seems my car is just completely stuck at 180 if I'm by myself. So we're gonna need a yellow, or we're just gonna need this. Yeah, there goes the draft. The controller just stopped vibrating. So that was a huge mistake. We've got 16 laps to go. We've got 10 in the tank. So I'm just kind of crossing my fingers right now that they will start pitting, because otherwise we're in really big trouble. Really big trouble. And it definitely makes me think the plate racing strategy should have been, when you can get out front, stay out front. It doesn't matter if you have to pit early, because right now pit strategy is going to look like it's going to screw us here. And again, I really wish we'd gotten a yellow for that trouble with Eric Jones, because otherwise we're in big trouble here. Really big trouble. Anybody coming off into the pits? Boy, would I love some pit stops right now. Nothing yet. Nothing yet. How many laps to go do we have? 15. How many laps do we have in the tank? We've got 9 in the tank. So we're only going to need 6 laps of fuel. So that's good from that perspective. But again, it's not going to mean bupkis if the rest of the field doesn't pit, you know, before me significantly, so I can actually make up time and fuel mileage on them. So we're just going to have to wait and see, as we've got P39 only ahead of Eric Jones. Well, I guess guidance counselor Brad's warning will remain true, that we really should have worried about the racing in the Xfinity Series, because it was going to get tougher. Still no pit stops from the Penske cars. Waiting to see as we come around. It's kind of difficult without a map to see where everybody is on the track, but I suspect we're probably close to getting lapped. Oh, that's just, it's all gone wrong. It's all gone wrong here at Daytona. After such a good start to the race, we're in big trouble. We're in big trouble. As I tried to do a Derek Daly, but I couldn't, because I've been speaking for the better part of 40 minutes as we go underneath the yellow line, because why not? And, oh dear. I wish I could look behind me. I really wish I could look behind me, because I'm just worried, so worried that front of the pack is going to come around, and we're going to be well behind the race. Come on, guys. Peel off into the pits. Still nothing. Still nothing. We've got 7 laps left of fuel. Still no cars in the pits. Oh dear. I'm so worried. Obviously 7, well, maybe by the time we get down to like 3 laps remaining on fuel, we might be able to have something go right here. I just don't know what when their fuel tanks are going to run out. And if they run out, are they going to run out? And, you know, the last time it looked like the AI were going to have to pit, the game threw a yellow for some reason. So is that going to happen as well here? And regardless, if I lose a lap, it's pretty much over anyway. So I'm so worried right now. I assume they're about a half a lap ahead, the pack. Then again, the Penske cars are all by themselves, and they're pulling away from me. So God only knows what the pack is doing at 190, you know, 20 miles an hour difference. Do the math there, folks. It's not a good sign. There's another car in the pits. It's the 33 car of Brandon Jones, so it's not a good thing to have your name as Jones at the moment, because both the Joneses are in the pits. Not sure if that was a fuel stop or not. We're going to have to wait and see. Regardless, we move up another position to 38th because of that shuffling. But obviously, we're going to lose 30 seconds at least to the pits, just coming in and all that stuff. And 30 seconds is about half a lap. So, it's just not good. Not good. Not good situation here for the opening race of the championship. We're just kind of helplessly driving around by ourselves. So we've got 6 laps remaining on the field. So we're going to find out if Jones was a mercy kill. No, it wasn't. We've got all these cars coming into the pits. Most of the pack, as a lot of guys are coming out of the pits now, as we picked up some draft as we pulled by them. But unfortunately, unless we can really hammer the throttle here, we're probably going to lose some serious positioning to them on track. We're just going to have to wait and see as we work around turn 2, working down the back straightaway. Probably gonna have to. I don't know if we're gonna have to rely on a yellow here or not. I just don't know what the solution is to this problem. It's really just gonna be a short pit stop. Whatever we can do to just get the car fueled up by the end of the race. Tires are fine. It's 10 laps to go. It's gonna be coming up to 10 laps to go. I'm gonna take a look at this, the running order, because we're up to 15th. Now we're gonna be passing a lot more of the cars in the pits. There we go, 10 laps remaining in the race. Cars are peeling out of the pits just ahead of us. We should be around them pretty easily. Kevin Harvick and Brendan Gaughan are the battling cars for the lead. As we take the lead, the caution comes out. The caution comes out. Well, we're going to get in the pack, but I don't think we can make it on fuel. That's an issue. That is a big issue. Oh, what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? We got 4 laps remaining on the fuel. God, I don't know what I can do. I guess we'll have to pit. We'll go with tires. We'll go with 1 can of fuel just to keep the car light. And we're gonna have to. Oh God, I didn't pit. Ah, dang it! Dang it! Okay, well. Well, now I don't know what's gonna happen. I hit the back button. I needed to do the repairs to the car. And now that's going to be a trouble. 7 laps to go. I had 4 laps remaining on fuel. Well, we're just going to get in the pack here. And hope we get another yellow. All the RCR cars are up here at the front. So we get in here behind Brendan Gaughan. Well, we're going to race for the lead. For now. And just kind of hope and pray that something happens in the back. They can get us a yellow flag pit stop. Garrett Smithley's moving up on us. Gaughan is all by himself. So, you know, you would assume we can fight for the lead once Gaughan gets going. We're kind of screwing Harvick here. Smithley's going to move up the pack. And just keep some of these guys behind us. Elliott Sadler trying to keep everything behind. We're blocking 3 lanes of traffic here. Oh boy, wow, that was close with Harvick. That was really close with Harvick. What's our fuel situation look like? We got 3 laps remaining on fuel, 6 laps remaining in the race. It's going to take a miracle to make it to the end. That's some sort of issue happening. Sadler gone, Smithley and Coleslaw. Custard is up here in the pack at the front. As we work in behind Sadler, lose the draft. For some reason, the controller just decided, I don't want to draft anymore. Now in behind Custard. And they're still 3 wide behind us. I just got to hang on as best I can at the moment. That's all I can do. Just pray for a yellow. That's all we can do. Just pray for a yellow.
5 laps to go.
5 to go. What's the fuel mileage looking like? 2 laps. There it is. Well, we're going to stay out. We're going to stay out 1 more lap. We're going to see what the fuel mileage looks like. We just got to stay out as long as we can, because if there is some sort of issue, something happens, we can hope and pray here. Cross our fingers. At the moment, it's not looking good. It goes to 1 lap in turn 3. Doesn't look like anything's going to happen. The only thing that's going to save me is coming off the pits and just making the stop, taking our licks. As we come down off of the pit lane, we just got to hope a yellow comes out so we can catch up to the back of the pack. So that's the only thing that's going to save us. Okay, in the pits for half a can of fuel. That car is torn up because of that issue earlier in the race. And 3 seconds. So again, we've got 7 laps of fuel now. We could easily make it to the end. But 27 seconds is the gap to Joey Gase. 29 now. And we just gotta hope and pray that there's a yellow within the next 3 laps of this one. Otherwise, we are toast, and we are going to finish 39th, which is probably one of the worst finishes I've ever had in this game in terms of the Let's Play. So that means the Xfinity Series is going to be just as difficult as it's been made out to be. As we work down on the bottom of the track, just kind of, again, hoping and praying here for the last 3 laps. We need a yellow, and we need it fast, so we can maybe get some repairs done to the car and make a last-ditch effort to gain some points. 3 laps to go. We did get those playoff points, or the stage points, so we may not actually end up being 39th in the points, which will be at least, you know, not completely starting off on the back foot. As we work through turns 2 and 3, or turn number 2, working down the back straightaway now, and going to go into turn 3. Ryan Sieg looks like he's lost the draft because he's 38 seconds behind now, which is 2 seconds behind Ty Dillon. But who knows? It seems like the scoring is updating a little bit differently to where it should be. So Jones is going to be the only one who finishes behind us at the moment. I guess that's okay because Jones will probably be a championship contender by the end of the season, you would assume, as we work through 2 to go. 2 laps remaining in this one. 2 laps of excruciating agony, waiting for this race to be over, because we need a mercy killing on this race, because it is just, and Ryan Sieg is in the pits, so we go up to 38. So Ryan Sieg, rip him out of this race. And now we just kind of have to wait to make it 1 more lap. Hopefully the game will take a few more guys out of it. We'll see. As the plate racing is excruciating when you're by yourself, and we've been by ourselves for the better part of the last 20 laps of this race. So I appreciate it if you're stuck with this video for so long as we come through and take the white flag here
1 to go. Give it all you got.
at Daytona. Well, we're gonna get handed our second loss in Xfinity competition, but you know, as the crowd is cheering, so somebody has already won the race, so we were almost going to go a lap down. That's pretty crazy. That is pretty crazy. But regardless, as we work down the back straightaway for the final time, Daytona was not kind to us. And the Xfinity Series has stepped up its competition level. So we're going to work our way off of turn number 4 in the long run to the start-finish line at Daytona. And we're going to come 38th, hopefully not 38th in the points, but man, was this a brutal race. Wow.
Just some bad luck out there. Maybe next time.
So 38th place finish, not amazing, not amazing. Elliott Sadler took the win over Kevin Harvick and J.J. Yaley. You can see down through the rest of the field. Tyler Reddick took a victory, or a stage victory, I should say. And down through the rest of the field, Jeremy Clements also won a stage, so it shows you how much stages matter. All right, so let's take a look at the money we made. This was a rich race. It was like 600 grand to win, but obviously we only got 195 finishing 38th, which is not a bad payday considering the position we finished in. Point standings, we're actually 29th in points because, of course, we got those stage points, which are all important. So we got tied with Guidance Counselor Brad, so not too bad as we're doubling up on the 99 cars as we got 28th and 29th in the points. Well, let's head back to the race shop and see how mad Carl Long is at me. So for the incentive contract, we accomplished a few things. Easy for me to say, and oh dear. I think Harrison Rhodes may be a little mad that I made fun of his sponsor.
Hey, just want to let you know, some of the guys don't like the way you're driving out there. If you don't reel it in, you're going to start making some enemies.
Yep, what a surprise. We've already, 1 race into it, everybody's mad at us. Everybody's mad at us already. Well, that'll be a good thing going into Atlanta, one of the fastest tracks on the NASCAR circuit. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy this, leave a like on it. And let me know. Wow, this is just, man, the Xfinity Series is going to be tough. It's going to be tough. It's going to be something to watch as we've got 1 of 33 races down. Number 2 will be coming at you very shortly. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you at Atlanta.